Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel, Everything Catty. Welcome if you are new. My name is Catherine and I post different videos on this channel, mainly reading and lifestyle content, and today is the first episode in my TBR Takedown series, but with an interesting twist. So I know a lot of people do these videos where they tackle their physical TBR and they want to get it to 0. However, I don't really have a big physical TBR, so I have come up with the idea of taking down my Goodreads TBR because there's a lot of books there that I added back in 2014 or 2015 when I first got into reading in English, and they have been sitting there, and I have purged that TBR shelf a few years back and just deleted some books that I'm not even interested anymore, but I haven't done it in a while, and so I have come up with the idea of reading my backlist books, but obviously I'm not going to be able to read all of them because I have like 160 or something, and it's not possible for me not to add new books as they come out and I'm really interested in them. So what I will be doing is I'm gonna go through my Goodreads TBR and see what books I don't want to read anymore, and specifically the books that have been shelved before the end of 2020, so 4 years ago now, almost 4 years ago now. And in this series I will be reading books that have been added to my shelf from 2014 to the end of 2020, but ideally in about a year or so I would love to see books that have been added not more than 3 years ago, because I feel like that's the range where I'm either not interested anymore or my tastes have changed and I read completely different things now. But if I add a book to my Goodreads shelf, it means that I really want to read it at some point. But if they have been sitting there since 2014, it's probably never gonna happen. And this is the time that it finally happens. And so I have 3 options. I either read the book, I start it and DNF it, or I just simply delete it from my shelf. And the problem here is that a lot of those books are not available to me in either ebook or audio, let alone physical format. So I can't really read them even if I want to read them. We'll figure out what to do with those. So I will be looking at my iPad. So I have created a list of books and I currently have 70 books and I have about 35 books available to me. So half of those books that are on my Goodreads TBR from 2014 to 2020 are available. The other half is not available, but we'll go to my Goodreads now and we'll see what books I don't want to read anymore so we can ditch some of those. Alright, we have my Goodreads here and I have 163 books on my shelves. So I know I want to read all of these 3. All These Lives. I'm not sure about this book. Honestly, I think I am out of the age range and yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy it even if it has a high rating, so we'll just delete these. And also, I'm not afraid to delete these books. If some of these books come up in my life or I find it somewhere in used bookstore or somewhere and decide to read them, it's totally okay. So then I think All These Things I've Done will stay because I enjoyed Gabrielle Zevin. Where Things Come Back, I think this is like coming of age. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a slow one, so yeah, I'm just gonna delete that one as well. The Story of Us. So Deb Coletti, The Story of Us. This is an example of book that is not available to me. I have looked everywhere and I just cannot find. Maybe I'll look at Audible or somewhere. These Broken Stars, No Place to Fall. I think I'm gonna ditch this one because I don't know where to find it, and yeah, I don't think I'll enjoy it. Okay, Along for the Ride. I have that one in Spanish actually. Say What You Will. This was in my These Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months video that I filmed a few years ago, and it's still on my shelf for some reason. The Things You Kiss Goodbye, I think I will, yeah, that one's gone. The Last Time We Say Goodbye, I really want to read it, but I can't find it anywhere. The same with The Book of Broken Hearts by Sarah Oakler. I can't really find them, but I've heard amazing things about them. Just Visiting by Dahlia Adler. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ditch that one. Same with Not After Everything. Okay, then I have down here All That Is Solid Melts Into Air. I really want to read that. That one's about Chernobyl, but yeah, we'll see. Boys of Summer, I'm not sure. Boys of Summer. Best friends in the Grace, oh my god. Yeah, this is something that I'm really enjoying. I really like these tropes. I love summery books, so I'm just gonna keep it for now. Yeah, 99 Days by Katie Katugno. I read another book by her and I give that one 2 stars, so yeah. Right, these clickbait. I'm not sure about clickbait and Us Again. I will leave them for now, but then we'll see. Okay, these are, I think all of the, yeah. Love from A to Z was the last book that I added in 2020 to my Goodreads TBR, and we need to decide what book I'm gonna be reading now. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is the first book in a sci-fi space science book, and I'm gonna listen to it. It's available on YouTube. If you wanted to listen to it, it's free. So yeah, I'm not really sure what it's about. I remember it was pretty popular back in the day. So I've been reading The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet for a few hours now. I think I'm 2.5 hours in. I've been just doing stuff around the house and listening to the audiobook, and I can't say that it's something incredible or something that I've never read before. It reminds me a lot of different space slash sci-fi books that I've read before. It's not better and it's not worse. It's your average sci-fi book about spaceships and colonies, and I think it's 11 hours long, so I still have 9 hours, and maybe it's my next favorite book. I don't know, we'll see, but so far it reminds me a lot of Illuminae. If you've read that book, you know that it also had AI that kind of had personality, and this book also has AI that like controls, not really controls, but like overlooks the entire ship, and there's kind of like love sparkling between the AI and one of the characters. I don't know if it's a human character though. There's a lot of different species, and there's this girl, Rosemary. What's her name? Rosemary? There's a lot of different characters, a lot of characters that have been on the ship and works on the ship, and then there's this girl, Rosemary. She's human. She comes to the ship and she starts working there, and it's pretty interesting, and it's good enough for me to continue, but I don't see the hype around it. But maybe if I read it a few years ago when it was super hyped, maybe I would feel the hype as well. I don't know. It's time for a quick update. So I actually decided to DNF A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet because I know I told you it's pretty interesting, but it was interesting up until like 3.5 hours when everything is so new and you're learning about the characters and the world and everything. And then I got to around 4.5 hours yesterday and it was just like boring. I don't know. I'm sorry if it's your favorite book, and I don't want to offend anyone, but it was just another spaceship sci-fi book, and you can try and convince me otherwise, and you can try and tell me in the comments that I absolutely have to finish that book, why I have to do that, but 4.5 hours in and I was just bored, and so we need to find another book to read, and I actually don't really have time to read any physical books just yet because I'm currently reading a library book that I have to return because it's a very popular one. There's going to be a vlog about that one as well. I found Refugee by Alan Gratz on YouTube, and to be honest, I could listen to it, but I feel like it's gonna be a dark book with tragic story, and I'm not really in the mood for that. I usually want to read easy and quick books in summer, so that doesn't sound like one. I will update you once I've decided to read something. And also yesterday I decided to ditch The Secret Hum of Daisy, and the reason why is I basically read the synopsis, and it's a book about this girl who moves around with her mom, and then they settle down and she finds friends and stuff, and she finally wants to settle down and stay there, but then her mom tells her no, it's time to move again, and then she has an argument with her mom and tells her how she feels, and her mom dies, and so this girl ends up living with a grandma who she never knew, and it's basically like finding where your home is, and I'm not really a huge fan of that trope. I've read a lot of books about that. At this point in my life, it's boring, and so so yeah, I just deleted that book from my TBR. So far this challenge is going pretty well. I know it's gonna slow down eventually, and yeah, so far I've like gotten rid of more than 10 books on that TBR, which is amazing. But yeah, I will update you once I've decided what ebook I'm gonna be reading. I wanna try and find something short and quick so that I can get through multiple books. But yeah, we'll see. I'll update you. Okay, it's time to choose my next read, and I think I want to choose something quick and short. And I actually looked through all of my ebooks, and these are the shortest books on there, and I think I will go with Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. I wanted to read 99 Days, but I just read a disappointing book, and I don't know if I'm not sure I'm gonna like 99 Days, and I'm not ready to read yet another disappointing book. So yeah, I'll pick up Until Friday Night, and then I'll let you know how I like it. And yeah, I don't know much about this. It's a sports romance, it's YA, and I think it has to deal, so basically the girl has went through something in her past that made her go mute, and then the guy is going through something horrible right now. And so yeah, I'm excited. I think this is like a 7-book series, so if I like this one, there's a potential of me adding 6 more books to my TBR. But yeah, at least I will be 1 book down from my very old TBR. So yeah, I'll let you know once I've read something. So I'm about 60% done with Until Friday Night, and I have to say that I am really enjoying it. It's a very fast-paced and interesting book, and it deals with some really hard topics. So just be warned that it deals with parental loss, cancer, murder, stuff like that, and it's very heartbreaking, and I was crying out like a baby. I don't think any book has made me cry so much. And yeah, I'm only 60% done. Hopefully the hardest parts are over, but yeah, I don't know, but I think I will continue on with the series because it's very interesting, and these books are short and you can literally just fly through them. But just keep in mind that it's very heartbreaking, and I'm sure the next books in the series will be emotional as well. We have chapters from Maggie's perspective and then chapters from West's perspective, and the chapters are very short. I think that's one of the reasons why it's going so fast. But I know that the series has books about other guys on the football team, so yeah, we'll see if those books are as emotional. But okay, so I finished Until Friday Night by Abby Glines, and obviously it's not like the best book of all times, but it was enjoyable. It was like a guilty pleasure, and it was a quick read. It was emotional. It was, I mean, it had a lot of cliches, and there was this like really cool, gorgeous football player and this saint girl who has her tragedies in the past, and he is dealing with tragedies now. And it was like a, yeah, like a cliche YA book, but it was trashy, but I still really enjoyed it and gave it 4 stars, and I think I will continue on with the series. But for now, we are finishing this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we started the series with 70 books at the beginning of this vlog, and now we are down to 60 unread books that I added before the end of 2020, so 10 books down. I think this was a successful vlog, and yeah, I think I have about 34 books available, so 34 out of 60 I could read any moment, and the other 20-ish, we need to think of what to do with them. Either I try to find them online or in some bookstores, or just on-haul them. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And so don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye!